this would frustrate me to all bloody hell. This would actually make me scream until I couldn't scream anymore. So, an NFL insider claims, there are many who tell me the Bengals would do exactly that. Take an edge rusher at pick 17, then trade Trey Hendrickson on draft weekend or soon after the 7 rounds are completed. First off, I don't want to trade Trey Hendrickson at all. I want him to play the last year of his contract out. If we work out a new deal, we do. It is what it is. Franchise tag him. Do whatever, okay? I want him on this team next year. End all be all, that's what I want. But if we did trade him, hypothetically speaking, and we did not get a draft pick from this year's draft, that might actually send me in a spiral. If we drafted a guy at 17 and then traded him after the draft was over, meaning that we're not helping ourselves in any way this year. Yes, we might be helping ourselves in the future next year, but not this year. When right now, I feel like if we ace this draft correctly, and if we did hypothetically trade Trey, theoretically speaking, let's say if we did trade him and we got an extra first round pick, and that meant we got 2 extra, star players on this team moving forward, that would be great for this year. Now, obviously, again, I'd rather have Trey 100%. But if we are going to have to do it and have to trade away Trey, I'd rather have 2 first-round picks this year rather than waiting till next year, which in the end, it will be the same. But next year, you don't know what this team's going to look like. I know what this team's going to look like right now. And I know this team's going to be successful right now. I'm very confident we're going to go 12-5. With Trey Hendrickson, I think we go 12-5. But if you did trade him away and you said, okay, well, we're going to get an extra first-round pick, maybe we end up trading him away to the Patriots or something, and we end up coming away with, like, Abdul Carter. Maybe Abdul Carter at pick 4, and then we get someone else at pick 17. Well, that's going to be a pretty damn good draft weekend. It's going to suck losing Trey, but it's going to be amazing getting another star player. But if we instead go, okay, here's this guy, and now we're going to trade away Trey Hendrickson. Now we're betting the whole farm on one guy. Rather than having 2 guys you're betting the farm on. And again, I still would rather keep Trey. That's my whole point. And at the end of the day, you're gambling. You're gambling on, well, this is going to hit or this is not going to hit. The worst case scenario is trading away Trey. The worst case scenario is trading away Trey after the draft. Unless you're going to trade him for a player. Unless you're going to trade him for a player, there is no scenario where this makes sense to me. Help yourself out this year. You don't know what next year will look like. I mean, for Pete's sake, now every single person and their mother is saying we're going to sell the team, get rid of the team. There's now reports that we might move the team to Chicago and share a stadium with the Bears. Like, there's a million different reports. You don't know what's going to happen in the year from now. What I know is, right now, this team is a 12-5 team. I full-heartedly believe that. But we need this draft to work out. Because part of that 12-5 I'm saying is impacted based on how this draft goes. If this draft hits, we are a 12-5 team. But if this draft sucks and we just absolutely whiff on this and we make a mockery out of this draft, 10-7 team. I mean, we're a 10-7 team then. You know, we need these rookies to hit. So, I don't know. I don't think we're going to trade Trey. And again, this is why the NFL insiders always mentally get to me and always mentally mess with my brain. Because I read this and then I have my opinion, I have my reaction. But then I think to myself, bruh, this is the Bengals. They're not going to trade away Trey. We also got reports from insiders recently, as of 3 days ago, who said, and I quote, "We knew the Bengals weren't serious about trading away Trey Hendrickson. We all knew. Every team in the NFL knows they're not serious. And they don't want to trade him, and they're not going to trade him. That's why they're asking for ridiculous prices, is because they're not going to." I think the whole point is like a power play to say, hey, Trey, if you want this amount of money, we'll trade you. And then in the end, they're going to show, we're not going to trade you, so stop asking for that much money. You're not getting that much money, accept what we're giving you. I don't know. This Trey Hendrickson situation just gives me headaches. That's why I haven't talked about it, honestly. There's been reports about the Trey Hendrickson information, and I think I've done everyone a good service by not talking about it. Because it is just reports, rumors, reports, rumors. Nothing's concrete. Nothing is confirmed. And I'm like, I'm just done talking about it. Unless Trey does something or something happens where we trade this guy, I'm done with these insiders. This is going to be like the last video I talk about this situation, unless something happens with Trey. Because I just want to talk about this because this really did tick me off. And the concept, it's like, there's no way the Bengals would do this, but then there's also a part of my brain's like, yes, they would. They would find a way. Like, I don't know. It's like I'm so split when it comes to this front office. Because there's a situation where the front office would do this. But then there's a situation where I'm like, no, the front office wouldn't do this. Because if they did this, it would be giving Trey what he wanted. And their whole point is to go off principle, not logic. So, what the Bengals have been like for the last 30 years, 40 years, is they go off logic, not principle. There is no logic with some of the stuff they do. But there is principle. I'm negotiating with you. You don't want the contract I give you? Well, guess what? I'm not trading you. I'm not getting rid of you. I'm not cutting you. Because you went to the media and started talking. Now you're going to sit there and you're going to play out your contract because it's the principle of the matter. You shouldn't have done that. I'm going to treat you acted like a kid. I'm going to treat you like a kid. That's how the front office works. They treat grown men like kids. Yeah. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I swear, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm pulling out my hair live on stream if this happens. No. No more Trey. No more Trey. Get your own Trey.